and welcome to a scene for Empire of Thorns. Today, Iris is meeting Malik at the bar, and they will probably run into Bruce, and then they're going off to the Goblin Market. We shall see how this goes. Um, Iris is going to be sat at one of the tables with a glass of apple juice and a copy of Harry Potter, the first one, which I think you guys have as the Sorcerer's Stone for some unknown reason.
Yep, that's the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah. I'm not
Alright,
sure
so,
whether Claudio would have had the Sorcerer's Stone version or the Philosopher's Stone version, but either way, she's reading the first book.
okay. Malik shows up. He's in, slacks. He's wearing glasses. And he's in a button-up shirt. It looks like he's on lunch break from teaching, and he said he'd meet you here, so here he is. He looks really professional.
Cool. Yes, I should not have this image up. I have the wrong image up. Iris will be in her usual kind of casual wear because
hmm
she almost always tends to be in jeans and t-shirts and a hoodie because it's
Um,
kind of chilly this time of year, so hoodies.
Bruce is already there. He's at the bar, and he's also in his usual attire: leather pants, leather jacket, bare chest.
Okay.
And he's minding his own business. He's just having his drink.
Ladies and welcome. He'll wave to Bruce. Call him over.
Sorry, that all came out very distorted.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I said I will call to Bruce and call him over.
Bruce looks around, sees you, and just grabs his drink and walks up to the table.
Iris. Hey, sorry I'm a little late, but this is my friend Bruce. He's out of the hedge for a few weeks, and he needs to go see the Summer King. Did you see him already? As he turns to yeah, we took you. What am I talking about? But I was wondering, he needs to get some more formal education of, how things work here. So, do you mind if he comes on our little field trip?
Sure, that's okay. Hi.
Hello, my name's Bruce. And he just holds his hand out.
I'm Iris, and she'll shake his hand.
Bruce just sits down, starts listening.
So, do you have your shopping list? Because I don't know where I'm going, and I think the things that I need to get, it needs to be a little off off the beaten path. It might be a little difficult to get to.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many of mine I can actually get at the market, but I'm sure I can get some of my stuff. Um, I was going to actually ask if you could help with one of the things, but we can get to that later.
Okay. What is it? So, just in case I have to prepare a little bit.
Well, I'm trying to do some hedge spinning.
Okay.
I don't know if you know much about hedge spinning.
Why don't you tell me?
Well, you take things that kind of don't have physical form and things that do have physical form, and you kind of put them together to make something new.
Oh, that sounds nifty.
And I kind of need the sound of lovemaking in front of an open fire.
He turns beet red. Oh. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
if that's it's just the sound. You know, you can kind of.
No. Like I don't have. That's not an issue. Um,
And if feel free to say no if you know aren't kind of.
no, it's believe me, it's no problem at all. What condition does the sand actually have to be in?
Well, it's just you kind of need to be doing it so I can hear it when I'm making the thing.
Oh, you actually have to hear us make it. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said the sound.
All right. Um. Yeah, my pervert over boyfriend. I love that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. In the nipple. In the nipple.
He's just going to like shake his head and like blush furiously. So yeah, we can get going now. Oof.
Okay.
Notice me on Facebook, by the way, Senpai.
So what are you looking for? Do I know where would be the best place to go?
Basically, I need to get some custom contracts done. I was able to get some stuff on the venue on where we're going to have like the spring gala and the winter masquerade ball. I just need to, procure some contracts to make sure that security is up to par. And I was looking around, and I I might need something a little special about what I need. So I need to go to a goblin market, see if I can get something custom made.
Well, I think I know where there's some people that kind of specialize in contracts. So that might be a good place to start. Even if they can't help, they'll at least probably know who can.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so that's what I need.
Cool. Um, so are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm totes ready.
She'll glance at Bruce. Is Bruce ready to go?
I have no idea.
Bruce was born ready.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just go with Bruce downing his drink and following us.
It's fair.
Yeah, and we will head in the direction of the Goblin Market, specifically a Goblin Market that specializes in contracts, or at least has.
Hi. That's not the main one. It's the smaller one.
Hmm. Well, there's probably two or three smaller ones, but yes, it's one of the smaller ones. Woo!
But yeah, so you can get there. It's not a very long or far trip, and it's smaller, but there's also uh there's a lot of variety in what's there. But it is said that the goblins that make goblin contracts tend to be in that one.
Hmm. So, like I said, I'll lead the way there, and hopefully we can get inside fairly easily with whatever method it is for this particular Goblin Market.
It's not hard to get into.
So tell me, Iris, you're really smitten by this. Are you smitten?
I don't really know.
Well, he seems nice, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we seem to be being really good friends. Um, I just I spent half my life in a tower with nobody else. So how do you tell the difference between, you know, friends and
Friends and lovers.
yeah? I mean,
Well,
I like spending time around him, but I'd like spending time around him anyway, wouldn't I?
the difference is that a lover is someone that you can, even when you don't want to, you know you can always go to them and kind of bleed your heart to them. And they kind of always have your best interest in mind. So
Friends
I guess
like that though?
it's friends, but a lot more intimate.
Yeah, but can't aren't there some friends that you can always go to and talk with?
Um,
How?
there are friends you can definitely go to and talk to, but then there's like a different level. There's, you know how there's things that you would not necessarily tell, you wouldn't necessarily tell your friend, but you wouldn't necessarily say, for example, let's use me. You wouldn't necessarily tell me, but you would definitely tell somebody else. You would kind of give me, say, the glossed over version. As someone with like a lover, you would go into like the intimate details, how you felt, why you think you were feeling this way, and you wouldn't necessarily want an answer. You would just, their mere presence would offer a comfort to you that a friend couldn't be able to give on a more intimate level.
I think I understand, but there's not really anything that.
For a man, like, for the man, the one that you're involved with, he seems like the type that he'd enjoy a nice long courtship. He sounds like a type that would need to trust you before anything extra happened.
Well, she kind of glances slightly at Bruce, but shrugs. Um, he did he did kiss me.
What was it like?
Nice.
That's the first part. I mean, it's more like a connection that you say you wouldn't get from anyone else. Sometimes it takes longer for certain people, and these kind of things take time. You said that since you came back from the hedge, you only spoke to, you just basically had yourself, right?
No, since I've come back, I've met lots of people.
No, I'm talking about before. I might be a little confused.
Yeah, there was mostly just me.
So
I
yeah,
mean, I could kind of watch Anne's life. That's not the same thing.
think of it, especially for someone in spring court, we experience life. So it's all about the experience. So it might take a little time for you to open up, but once you do with him in that way, it's going to be natural and it's just going to come out.
Okay, I'm just kind of worried because um, he's had someone let him think that they were in love with him when they weren't before, and if I don't know if I am,
The fact that you don't know and you don't want to hurt him speaks a lot.
what does it say?
It says that you're honest, and that's all a man can ever ask for in a spouse is for them to be honest. Because emotions are messy, and you don't want to add another layer of bullshit on top of an already messy situation.
Sorry for background noise, but there is a puppy playing tug of war right now.
No,
Um,
it's fine.
well, I definitely think that. I definitely think they were very good friends,
Mhm.
and that's a good start, I think.
Friends are good because friends, that's usually the start because somebody that's your lover, you have to be able to tolerate for extended periods of time. So you have to kind of take him at his worst and his best.
I think
If
that's
that
like something a lot of people don't get.
because like even the little ordeals I've had with Draven, yeah, I've seen him when he's a little frantic and when he's I haven't actually seen him on his game, but I've actually seen him when he looks like he's a little off. It's just something about him that I can just pick up on. I don't know, but he makes me feel really happy, and I like being around him. And he's no, it's hard to describe. He's really special. It's kind of it's kind of like a really warm, good hug after like the worst day of your life. That's what it's like being around him.
And Iris will look contemplative, as if she's trying to imagine what that would actually be like.
A lover is someone when your world is literally in flames and you can run to them and time will stop. Not indefinitely, but when you're with them, it just feels like no time has passed. I know I'm speaking kind of metaphorically, but love is one of those emotions where it's hard to describe, but you definitely know what it is when you're once you're in it. And
Okay.
one thing that I've learned about love is that it's not uncertain. And you sound uncertain, so maybe you need more time. And this one is a little fair. Um, as he starts looking through stalls, don't if it doesn't work and you definitely don't feel that spark safe from him, there's nothing wrong in telling someone that.
And definitely don't go telling them that you do when you don't, because that's not very nice.
That's that's one of the worst things you can do to a person.
And definitely don't go doing that and then getting straight into a relationship with someone that they know very well.
Hmm. Well, that they know very well. That's kind of tricky because like I said before, the heart wants what the heart wants. So if that happens to be someone that they're friends with, that's no slight on either party. That's just what it is.
Yeah, if if it's love.
If it's love, that is.
Then why are you trying? Why are you thinking about establishing an emotional bond with somebody if you're not sure of it?
That's a really good question, actually.
I'm not really just trying to figure out if I am.
I don't think you are. I think you're kind of working your way through the emotions.
Anthony, you can give me a wits empathy roll.
What's
I mean, you
empathy?
both can, but it's you both can, but yeah, you can both give me a wit sympathy roll.
All
Who,
right. Somebody roll me. Fuck.
Deborah, you're the target, so that's why you can't make the roll.
okay. Well, I'll make his roll for him then.
I'm just trying to
Three
make
dice.
sure. Like, there's
Three
there is
dice.
a thing at factor. What?
3 dice.
There is something at a play at factor, and I don't know if he knows it or not, and it would probably help if he knew it.
Nope, sorry.
You don't know shit, Bruce.
Yeah, how many dice do you want rolled?
Spending a point of willpower. Sorry.
How many do you want rolled?
What does willpower give you? 3 extra dice?
I thought.
Or
I
is
think
willpower automatic success in this game?
I think it
Not
gives
sure.
an automatic success.
Alright, he's spending a point of willpower.
Do I even need to roll the dice then? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
we still.
give some degree. It'll give some degree if
yeah. Well, how many dice do I need to roll?
3 dice.
2 successes as well as your willpower one.
yeah, so that's 3 successes.
Okay.
Malik,
Mhm.
your darling Iris has an inexperienced, but no really inexperienced level of newness to this. She seems as though this is kind of things that she's really tackling for the first time as an adult.
Mhm.
So it's kind of that's a factor in what she's saying and what she's doing. Bruce, you got fucking butterflies, man. You don't know.
Oh no, that roll that wasn't for me.
Ah.
What are we rolling?
Where's
Oh,
empathy?
you're rolling your with sympathy.
Okay. Hang on. Nope.
Yeah, you don't see shit, Bruce.
So
Actually,
Malik is
you know
so.
what your character sees? You know what your character sees? He sees lace and he sees black lace hit his face. That's what he sees.
What?
Yep, we're in a market. Who knows who?
You're in a market. Panties just hit your face.
Ah,
He just looks around like, the fuck?
This pretty succubus threw her panties in your face. She'll put her thumb and her pinky up to her face, and she mouths, "Call me."
Did she just give him her phone?
Yes.
They're pinned to the panties.
He looks at her for a second. Is she still there?
Yes, she's still there. She's
God.
she's kind of in her stall. It's called Notions and Potions.
God damn you, Johnny. You do this to me. He's just gonna. What Bruce does is he's just gonna walk to his stall, grab her, throw her over his shoulder, and walk away with her.
Oh my.
Well, that's awfully barbaric. Okay. As he looks to Iris, and this is what you don't do.
yeah, because
Don't do that.
it was freaky enough when King Farron threw me on his back, and that was, I think, because he's a wolf and wanted petting behind his ears. I don't know.
So while they go and
Get
do
their
what
kink
grown
on.
people do, Malik is gonna go. He's looking for a goblin stand where he can find
Yep.
something that's specializing in security.
Yeah, we're gonna look for some contract makers.
So you have Iris. You have pledges that help with. You have merits that help with this shit, right?
I've got Hobkin, which means that they kind of take me roughly as one of their own, rather than trying to seeing me as a changeling or other. I've also got market sense, which means I know roughly what things are worth. So if he's trying to, he can quite easily try and bilk Malik, but Iris is going to know it.
So there's a stall that has a sign that says Crazy Isaiah's discount scratched out. Like the discount's been like scratched out. Extremely magical, mythical, mystical contracts. And it specifically, one of the contracts, it says security. It says, it basically says, love, hate, like kind of together, security, found purses and watches, like kind of scribbled in next to that, and heart's desire.
Okay. I walk in.
Okay, there is a goblin very much like the one on the screen, sitting behind the desk, and even though his eyes are covered by his helmet, he'll look up at your character.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm looking for a non-aggression contract that'll last for a day and a night.
He'll flip off of his stool and kind of land on a file cabinet, kind of causing it to rock, and he'll pull it open, and his fingers will kind of thumb through the files there. And he'll say non-aggression, non-aggression, non-aggression. All forms of non-aggression, melee forms of non-aggression, brawl forms of non-aggression, or mythical, magical, dangerous, dragony form of non-aggression. Or all. Wait, that was the first thing I said. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. He'll kind of throw a thick stack of file behind himself, and it kind of fans out and kind of flutters, and it lands all on the counter in front of you, like pieced back together. And he'll flip back onto the stool with a little spin and pull a quill out from the various things that are on him. And he's got like a black tongue and like kind of black saliva and stuff like that, and he'll kind of dip his quill against his mouth. And it has ink on it now. And he'll say, and who is the contract bearer?
It would be the bearer would be the person making the contract.
Yes, that's you.
Yes, me.
Well, not just making the contract, but also, magically being linked with the contract. But yes, it would be.
Yes.
He'll nod, and he'll kind of thumb through a bunch of those contracts, and he's like, "Is it tied to any one location?"
Yes.
Where?
I give you the location of the thing we were talking about in the chat last night.
Ah, bits and bangles. That's a big one. And he'll kind of pull out from this stack of files a few papers, and he'll kind of throw the files back over his shoulder. They'll land on top of the filing cabinet until run out.
Also, with this contract, I'm going to need it to prevent people from not only basically preventing people from entering this place magically unwanted, and making sure that everyone who is there is supposed to be there.
He'll nod. No gate crashers. Got it. You don't want any Draco Malfoys. Yep. And he'll kind of bounce up and down, scribbling and writing. And he'll say, "What's your name?"
I give him my name, Malik Crownsguard.
He'll nod. He'll say, "My name is Bogtrod Biddlebotter." And he'll write that in. And where he had to write in and things like that. And he'll He'll write out a contract that essentially it outlines what you want. It's what you want, and
Okay.
he'll say, now, the most important part of this transaction. He starts rattling off. There are no returns. There's no this. There's no that. Da, 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 da. If you do this certain thing with a redheaded girl dancing around the graves of of 4 soldiers and all this stuff, you can't do that.
Okay.
He'll basically go down all these things, but the most important of all, he'll kind of do jazz hands. How you gonna pay?
uh,
And
what is he?
this isn't your grandma's oatmeal cookies here. This is big.
Mhm.
There are 4 monarchs, and probably like 200 people are going to be at these parties.
Mhm. What's your asking price?
Let me think. What kind of tap, 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 tap. Firstborn? Deborah,
Yeah.
make a roll for goblin sense. Like to make a that thing to see if a goblin's bilking you. I want you to make it.
Okay. I will look up the merit.
Take 4 extra dice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll double check looking up the merit, but I'm fairly sure it's just you have a rough idea of what things tend to be worth.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
But like I said, I'm looking it up now.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not that important. When he said firstborn, that is a very common trick and thing that gobliniers do when they're trying to see if the person they're dealing with is savvy or not. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very common, stupid thing to ask for, and it can he can use it to judge if he can bilk him or not. It's very common to do. It's like so fucking common. It's almost insulting when they don't do it. But he
Yeah.
doesn't actually want his firstborn.
Yeah. So, um, trying to translate how many. Yeah. Whilst value is a relative term, those with market sense merits can generally tell whether a certain transaction is roughly equal or not. Characters with this merit receive a +3 bonus on any rolls made to see through cheating in their trade, or to resist any powers that would interfere with the character's perception of the deal's fairness. So basically, unless he's specifically trying to get one over on her and she's contesting the roll, she just does it. And
Yeah.
if he is, she's got +3 to try and see through it.
Okay, so as far as this deal goes, he is
Mhm.
asking for the protection to the point of to their lives of 4 monarchs across 2 locations with a no gatecrasher clause. To be honest, it's a pretty serious contract. Like, that's pretty high.
To be
something
fair,
that-
he probably could ask for the firstborn and it actually be considered reasonable.
Yeah.
Contract.
Actually, for the protection of 4 monarchs to the point of no gate crashing, no coming in, no uninvited, that actually, your firstborn was not that far off. It's something in that level. Your firstborn, a year in Fairy servitude, giving up a lover even pushes it. Obviously, I'm not going to ask for that. But it is something to that level. It's a pretty high level contract he's trying to make. So you guys are gonna have to get creative with your payment. And he'll let you know. He'll say, well, contracts of this level tend to come at the price of a year in Fairy. It tends to come with, he'll kind of think, and he'll say, the memories of your lost love. He'll kind of tap his tooth. Firstborn. One's purity. He's like thinking over a couple of different things, but those are things he's tossing out.
Considering the way that goblin markets work and ephemera work,
Uh-huh.
would he know about Iris having said?
What's that?
Would he know about Iris having said bartering item?
What's that bartering at him?
Just a minute.
Yeah, type me.
Yeah, she's she's not going to mention that.
But that is that essentially that price he would take. What I just put.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you have the way to do it.
Oh yeah.
He wouldn't say no. Just would shock him.
So when you say lost love, what do you mean?
I would have your love.
The love that you had or currently have for someone that you care about, and it doesn't have to be.
I just remembered with your level of market sense, what you know is that he would literally take that person.
Oh, the person. Okay.
Yes, he would actually take the way he worded it, and the way it came out is he would actually take that person.
Okay. Yeah.
With as many hints as I threw out, by the way, from this point, you guys are going to have to come up with what you're willing to pay.
Yeah.
Like I can't really. Like I've given you a lot, and
yeah.
it's up to you now.
That is a bad plan.
I know. Okay.
And you do have a firstborn to give away, by the way. It doesn't mean the child needs to be new, but I doubt you want to give that one away either. Out of game.
No, no, it's not giving away his kid.
Somebody is getting a one-way trip to Fairy if you're not careful.
Yeah. There is one of those that I might be able to pay.
Seriously? What?
He'll kind of lean in and he'll sniff at her. And you notice that the gears that are on his head and the things start turning. And he kind of... Hold on, give me 1 second to roll for him. One second. Yes. He'll tilt his head, and he'll say, "I'll accept that," and he'll nod.
What are you going to give?
She's gonna bite her lip very thoughtfully because it's not something.
Part of the reason, by the way, he did that is
it's clearly not something she is comfortable with. But she did say it was something she is capable of giving.
I guess you can give me a wits investigation roll, maybe, Malik. Maybe empathy.
I think wits empathy would probably help him figure out how Iris feels about it. It wouldn't help him work out what it is.
Yeah, I think that's
why it's kind of. I think it would be a role thing if she's willing to tell him.
Yeah, I think wits empathy would work out Iris's feelings on the matter and whether she's likely to tell him. Wits investigation, you might be able to work out what it is that they're talking about.
Wits investigation, that would be 3 dice.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. No successes.
You don't have a clue which one it is.
Malik is kind of looking at you absent-mindedly. Is there any way I could help? So you don't have to give away so much.
Yeah, the look on her face is going to be priceless at that comment. because yeah, is there any way I can help? She actually, like, her eyes go huge and wide, and then you continue, and she slightly relaxes. This is kind of an all or nothing thing.
And then it finally dawns on Anthony what she's referring to. But Malik has no idea. So,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't want you to give something like that up because it means a great deal to you. So, is there any way we could do something of a half and half? I wouldn't want you to shoulder that yourself.
Like I said, it's kind of an all or nothing thing. I'm either you can give it or you can not, but you can't really give half of it any more than you could give half of a firstborn.
I mean, you could give half of your firstborn, but a blink. Most people don't want to take Solomon route to that path.
How would I have to pay it?
Do I really need to have this conversation with you?
Well,
Can I get a wit's empathy?
Yeah.
yes, you can.
three dice.
Yes, you can.
3 dice on wit's empathy, 1 success.
Because I'm an incubus, do I get extra? Do I know, like, intrinsically what the hell is happening right
Yeah,
now?
intrinsically, she's talking about
Yeah, that.
her purity.
Yup.
Well, I can see by and he'll kind of motion at her, by her aura-ness thing, whatever, that you have someone you're interested in. So if, he'll hold his hands up, like, if you wanted to, kind of push yourself over the edge there. If within, say, a fortnight, you, respectable here. That would.
Yeah, I was mostly checking that, I could go and do that, handle that myself, and that we weren't kind of agreeing to, here and now.
You mean me and you?
That is kind of what I was making sure wasn't on the table. No offense.
No, my wife would kill me. Oh my God! Ooh, shh. He'll put his fingers in the. Stop.
So, how do you collect the magical essence from it?
He'll kind of flip back onto a box, and he'll kind of open it, and he'll dig through it, and he'll pull out a very beautiful opal bracelet. It's made of like fire opals, and he'll walk over and he'll hold it out to her, and he'll say, "If you wear this, while you're doing it, it will collect the magic and bring it back to me.
Would you accept payment in the memory of my son?
No. I would accept your son, though.
The memory of my son in my life before.
No. It needs to be a thing. A real thing, not a memory. It needs to be something that I can...
for is much too big for a memory.
May I say that Bruce just walks into the shop?
If you're that quick, yeah.
Yeah, for real, bro. That was if you want to put that on yourself, go ahead.
No, he's back.
I'll say it was just a quickie in the stall. It's fine.
Yeah, he'll hold the bracelet out to her, and he says, "If you wear this while engaged with your partner, it will collect the essence of the act, and you can bring it back to me." He sneezes.
Yeah. Iris is still looking a bit unsure, and she's going.
Malik is saying I don't want you to do that.
Bruce
That's-
walks up to Malik and asks,
I'm not sure that there is anything else you can offer that won't end up in someone paying a much bigger price.
The goblin will jump onto Malik, but it's kind of on his back, like playfully almost, and he'll whisper something into his ear that I'm going to put in chat for you. Okay?
Okay.
Not in chat.
You
like
have to-
anyway.
You have to PM it to me.
I am. That's what I'm doing.
at that point, Bruce just turns and asks Malik, what are you bargaining for?
I don't think Iris would be comfortable with me telling you.
And when he says that, Bruce just turns.
He wants a very powerful protection contract.
That's what I want, but what she's willing to pay is, arguably, in my opinion, the price is kind of steep.
Then why are you paying it?
Okay. But he's going to look back at Iris. If you're really sure about this.
I'm really not.
Is there any other price that you can pay?
Nothing that you would want to give.
Well, unless you feel like getting married in the next fortnight. He'll say to Bruce.
Bruce gives a look to Goblin, and like he'll say, "Think it works that way."
What'd you say? You broke up at like kind of the worst part to do it.
He said to the Goblin, "I don't think it works that way."
It does, quite actually. That's exactly how it works. In fact, exactly. And you, my dear friend, you don't want to be held down. I can see that. So yes.
He tilts his head. Why? Marrying to a strong and honorable woman is a good thing.
Yeah, but you'd have to find you'd have to find a strong and honorable woman to marry within a fortnight.
Fortnite.
Isn't there many
Because
around?
your shoes are covered, that's 14 days.
I don't think he's trying to be mean as he turns to Bruce.
He's not. He actually is not sure that Bruce can count to 14 because his toes are covered.
He gives a look back like, I don't understand.
Again, the lives of 4 monarchs are at stake here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're lucky that I'm asking for one life-changing event.
Alright, Iris, if you believe there's no other way, then fine.
She's just going to bite her lip. It is a fair deal.
But if at any point in time, as he turns to the goblin, would that hinder the specialness of the moment between her and her intended partner?
We know her intended partner. He'll lean in. She's not gonna have a bad time. Both physically.
Really out of character laughter, but
No, but these are like legit questions.
it is a legit question.
Yeah,
All the time, if you take the magic out of it, you literally take the magic out of it.
yeah. He'll say spiritually, emotionally, physically, she's gonna be mine.
And fine, shit. Okay.
You know how you have those things like those wars? No, wars aren't the best thing to compare it to. Like where you have like one big, okay, no, you know how you have one big cataclysmic event that kind of like, instead of having like several small little things happen, you have like one big thing happen and it's kind of like, oh boy, kind of spin in his chair.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, from what I've heard. Instead of a bunch of little lovers, he'll kind of lean across, lovers, that can tell a whole bunch of this man's legend, it's 1 or 2, and it's big. And by the way, it's big. But aside from that, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Bracelets capturing the moment, but not from you. More just he'll kind of roll his hands, trying to capture all of these ephemeral words. Kind of the memory of the moment. You'll still have it. Just she'll nod, or he'll nod.
The essence
All right.
of change.
I have an offer if you guys are not comfortable with doing this.
What are you gonna give?
He'll hop on the counter and he'll put his hands on his chin, looking at the big, brutish gargantuan.
Is there an arena around here?
Unless you plan on fighting in the arenas for Fairy for a year, that's not big enough. I know what you're getting at. And he'll kind of tap his shoulder.
I'll fight in the arena. For 3 months, you get to keep.
He'll shake his head. 3 months isn't enough. That and, your character would go gone for 3 months. And I love you and I want you to stay.
He turns to Malik and looks at him like, sorry, did my best.
It's fine. He'll just look at this point he looks at Iris.
And Iris is gonna take a deep breath. And she's just gonna say, you do realize this is me paying for a contract you wanted. Probably going to owe me. And she's gonna reach out and take the bracelet.
The minute the bracelet hits her hand, the contract is sealed. So her signature appears on the contract. That was her take. Her signature was her taking the bracelet. So she has a fortnight to essentially do that.
With someone. And it will probably be the person that people expect, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. She just has to lose it.
Hmm. But yeah, she has until today's the 23rd in game, the 24th. So from 14 days to now, she has to arrange that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he'll copy over the contract, hand it to Malik, and he'll say he'll say, you know, there are many types of love in this world, my friend. There's the kind of love you have between lovers. There's the kind of love you have for your kids, and then there's the kind of love you have for your friends. I wish I had the kind of friends that loved me like that. And he'll nod at you. I mean, I'm pretty sure Crazy Nutsy down the way kind of cares for me like that. I mean, he took a bullet for me once, but he'll kind of like shrug his shoulders. Oh, hey, washboard. He'll say to Bruce.
He looks over.
You like to fight? Kind of almost like rhetorically.
I do when I have to.
You ever been to the Swift Fist Club?
Where?
The Swift Fist Club. You got panache, and you got some oof roar, and I appreciate that. And he'll kind of go over to his thing and he'll dig it out. He digs out like a literal kind of beat up but still like pass card, and he'll hand it over to your character.
No, he takes it.
It basically has a location for a like mortally what the location is a boxing studio in Brooklyn. No, the Bronx. I'm sorry, it's in the Bronx. I mixed up the B words. Um, but what it says on it is that it's a fight club, and it says all are welcome, but check your egos at the door. And he'll say it's a membership card, and he'll say somebody traded that for me, and I haven't been able to get rid of it. And you know what? Honestly, I really did appreciate your effort, and it was a cool thing. But he'll nod at him. Like there's he's having a bro moment. Oops. He'll give him a fist bump, and he'll say, "So you take that."
At you and takes it, puts it in his pocket.
You need that to get in.
Understood.
He'll nod, and he'll kind of bounce, and he'll say, "Anything else?" I'm also a classical notary. He'll nod.
Oh, sorry if I cut you off, Anthony. I didn't hear you.
No, it's fine. I was actually going to try to like barter some more, but since the deal has already been made,
Yeah.
whatever.
It is kind of one of those deals where it is a big ask and a big price.
I'm going to
Not
tell you this
really.
right now. No, I'm going to tell you this right now. Deb will probably be much less exacting than these guys would be.
Yeah.
She is probably going to want far less than what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like your student debt when it gets thrown to a managing lender that kind of helps to put it down a little bit. It was your first time, I think, dealing with the thing.
It's alright. Continue with the scene. Whatever.
But yeah. Um. So they were having a bro moment about the Fight Club. What was the next thing?
Market's yours.
Well, there's nothing else for me to do here, so didn't you say you had to get some material?
Yeah. I need to get some regular material and some more ephemeral stuff. Bronze, silk, wool, that kind of stuff. And well, I already told you one thing that I kind of needed, and the verdigris from a statue in a park. And out of character, we still haven't decided what we need for that armor. Oh, and some light motes. I need to get some light motes.
Brucey, where you at?
No, he's there. He's just checking the card up.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's to a boxing studio in the Bronx, and it kind of has different stuff and things like that. It talks about how it basically has like a Fight Club kind of mantra to it. Don't talk about it, you know. Uh, you know, whatever you are when you come in, it gets checked out at the door. That kind of stuff. I do have to go sooner than later because I have to start cleaning my kitchen.
All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm done.
If you want that, we can do a follow-up scene for getting those things once I'm done with the dishes.
Cool.
Press the button, though. I don't have it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I have the button. Right. So we have made some big ass trades. Bye everyone.